Hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everybody. My name is Channel Shook, and I just really quickly wanted to once again hit up this topic because there's a little bit more, just a teeny bit more information on the subject, which came out. I assume it was today. That's what it looks like. That's when I fucking saw it, anyway. I say today. It would be yesterday. Shannon, you're recording this at 2 in the morning. You fucking idiot. Anyway. And that is, of course, as you probably noticed by the title, Blazblue CTB battle, once again, is something I figured I should talk about because I did manage to see that, is it Gematsu? I don't know. There'll be a link in the description to the actual article or whatever, but that thing that I said apparently did an interview or did something like that. Hey guys, it's me from the future. While editing this, I actually went back and looked at the interview, the article or whatever. Is the article. And the whole point of this is for me to talk about the fact that it's not the interview. And it occurred to me that I mentioned, I didn't know exactly what it was. The article is actually discussing the fact that in the latest issue of Dengeki, PlayStation is where the interview that the article discusses came from. So I just wanted to... Again, I know it's in the description, like I said, but just I wanted to make sure my information was at least as good as possible. Again, I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish up the video. I'm dumb. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Talking to a producer for Cross-Tag Battle, and they were discussing what was like the lack of an arcade version, as well as, of course, the price point of the game and the DLC, which is the thing I generally, that's the big thing, and it's what I'm going to talk about right now, relatively shortly. I don't intend to make a 40 goddamn minute video on this time, and that basically comes down to, they are, according to them, releasing the game, at least the main base game, at a lower price point. In this case, it's a 58. I've done it again. 5,800. There we go. I kept to myself before I started recording. I kept saying 58,000, and that's so incorrect. Not even funny. 5,800 yen for say like a physical version, and was it 5,370 yen for a digital copy. Which apparently goes out to about 53 some dollars or whatever in US dollars for the physical copy of the game. And okay, so the main topic is the game's coming out at a lower price point, and with the DLC, according to them, it's just a little bit over the price of a normal, game. I assume you'd be going under like, oh, it's like a base $60 game. I don't know how accurate that kind of thing is for, say, Japan. I don't know if how much that kind of thing varies throughout the world. Say you look at it as like a $60 base price for that game. So it's going to be a little cheaper in order to justify the DLC. And according to them, again, with the DLC, it's only a little bit more expensive than a normal game. And the question this raises to me, okay, first and foremost, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about the subject. As again, that's kind of the main thing of this video. I feel a little bit better, but I don't feel better at the same time. Because at least it doesn't give off the impression that you're completely money hungry. I can't word today. Money hungry, and just. But the thing I don't get is then if that is the case, if it's going to be around the base price of a full price game anyway, why do you have this DLC thing in the first place? Because at least before, it made more sense. Okay, you have this game, and you're gonna charge full price, and then you're gonna charge extra for the for the DLC. So it's you get all this extra money. It's fucking scummy, but it makes sense. this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. What is the point then of removing half of the game if you're not even going to make a bunch of extra money on it? For me, is like the only way I could see anyone justifying this, and when I say the way I could see someone justifying this, is I could see them saying it, but it doesn't make any sense to me because I could refute it in like a sentence. Is, well, we wouldn't have time to put the game together before launch. To which the very simple response to that would be, okay, just delay the game. Just put it back a couple months. If anyone really is going to get shitty about that, of all the things that you could get go apeshit about for this fucking game, then that's nothing. So you have to push your game back a couple months to make sure that you actually have the game? Fine. I don't understand the reasoning behind this. Even if you did it that way, and it was a little bit overpriced in comparison to, again, your base $60 game, I mean, I'm sure you'd get some ruffled feathers with that too, but I would think that at least having the full game in it would be nowhere near as bad as, oh, you got to pay an extra $5 or whatever at launch, so it's like $56. Like, the biggest thing too is, how much is the DLC then? If again, it's, say we round down to like $50 US dollars. Say it's like a $50 game. How much is it? How much more than a base price game is it? Because you say it's only a little bit more, but then how much is the DLC really worth? How much is this $20 worth of fucking these 20 characters worth? Is it worth like $20? Is it a $70 game? Was it $65? Is it $15? Is it $10? Like, I don't understand the decisions that are being made here. Maybe someone else could explain it to me far better. And yeah, I don't get it. Again, I feel better about it because at least you're not paying what, like $120 fucking dollars for a fucking game, as far as I know. By the way they make it sound, that's not what's happening. But it still begs the question, what's the point in having the DLC in the first place? Is it to cover up for having it be like $65 or $70 instead? Is it... Because I think you'd get less people pissed off about that. It doesn't make sense to me, and it still seems like a poor decision. Again, I feel better about it, but the fact that you're still blocking off half of your game to a probably not insignificant portion of your audience purely due to the fact that they can't get that DLC because they don't have internet that's strong enough to do it, or they don't have internet at all. Hell, I mean, my internet is complete and utter fucking garbage. It's why I don't like downloading anything. It's why the most recent generations, when it comes to video games, have been fucking frustrating as shit because our internet is garbage here, and it's like, some people just can't make that work. And to actively, cripple your audience that way, especially when in that article there's literally a reference to the reason why they're not doing an arcade version of it is because they don't want to cripple their audience by having Japanese players being inherently better because they have more time to play the fucking game. You don't want to cripple your audience, yet you are going out of your way to fuck over your audience in this way. Again, it's not as bad, but it's still just really frustrating and problematic. I can't understand the reasoning behind this. I still 100% think you should just put out the fucking game, even if you have to give it a higher price point. I don't... Yeah. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. Anyway, if anyone else has anything to comment on this, again, it was just a shorter video because it was just this very specific bit of extra news that we got that I wanted to talk about. I don't think there was anything else really in the article or whatever that I needed to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's a discussion of the arcade. Yeah. It's being set up so that even if you purchase all the downloadable content, the price will not far exceed what a full game would normally cost. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. If you guys have anything to add, if you have anything in particular you'd like to discuss, what your opinion is, where your stance is on the game, anything like that, by all means, I'd 100% love to hear what you have to say. I've gotten quite a bit of support in this kind of video recently, and I really do appreciate it. I do apologize once again for being a rambly mess. I'm not good at this kind of thing, but I do kind of like doing this kind of thing. Even if, I mean, I would much prefer it be something that I could just completely geek out over. But I do at least like discussing this kind of thing. So I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, whatever it's about. Hopefully, maybe even better news. Maybe they'll finally realize that, I mean, they're on the right track. How about you just release the fucking game as it should be? Then you can put in all the DLC you want after you actually have a goddamn game in there. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodles, doodles, and lemons. I don't get it.